We have a fun one for you today because you're not going to believe some of the features in this home right behind me and just how much the builder went all out on this specific home. Now, we are in one of Jacksonville's hottest and newest communities, and you're not going to miss what I have to say when it comes to this home, what the prices you can get it for, and also all the other amazing things about this community today. So let's get right into the video right now. So starting right away as we come up to the front of this house, you're going to see we have a 2-car and a 1-car garage. So it's nice to have that 3-car garage, and a layout of this way and a lot size of this way allows you to have that 3-car garage, which is what I really love. But as you can see, as we come up, we have the nice little front porch, nice for, hanging out at, if it's a nice day out. You are going to see the hardy board siding throughout the house. That is the material choice for most builders here in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida. And then as we come into the house, you're going to see we have this really nice entryway. Things that I love about it, I do love this wooden floor that the builder put in. It's a very, very light, almost like bleached kind of wood look. And I love the look of that because it does make everything feel lighter, brighter. And on a beautiful day like today, it's what you want to have in your house to feel as airy as possible. Now, we're going to get back there in a second. I'm sure you're very curious about what's behind me. Before we do that, let's actually check out the front of the house, which is going to take us to our 1-car garage, but also it's going to take us to our laundry room. So our laundry room is going to be right off the front of the house. And right away, as you can see, the builder put some beautiful cabinetry throughout this whole space. They really did it. And it's one of those things like, there's always that joke, if you're gonna do it, you might as well overdo it, right? And this is definitely what I consider maybe overdoing it. We do have our sink here with our quartz countertops. We have our side-by-side washer dryer, and then we have additional cabinetry space here. I mean, shoot, you even have a little Lazy Susan in here as well. So, I mean, I can tell you this, I have very rarely seen a Lazy Susan inside a laundry room. But, never say never. They even did a nice tile backsplash with it as well, so just to kind of complete the look. Next to our laundry room, again, our 1-car garage is right there, is our first bedroom. So if you have someone, maybe it's an older parent, maybe it's just an older family member, maybe it's actually a teenager that wants to have more of their own space, this is the space for them. We have our standard size closet with our sliding doors, which I do love the sliding doors, and I would be amiss to not mention these nice tall ceilings. That is another great aspect with this floor plan. And do keep in mind, as we're going through this, if you have any questions about this floor plan or where we're at today or who the builder is, don't hesitate to call me, text me, email me so we can go over all that in more detail. But I will go over a lot of that too at the end, including what this floor plan starts at and much, much more. So then we get to our bathroom. And this is where it really becomes like a mini primary because we do have our primary sink. And then we also have our mini primary sink, mini primary shower. So this shower, it's a nice touch with the tile up to the ceiling. I do love the seamless glass and the step down to keep all the water in. But even more so, I actually like the color choice they did with this tile. It's different and it really does make it pop, especially against the gold fixtures that you see in this space as well. But I'd love to know what your thoughts are, so feel free, as we're going through this video, let me know what you think about this tile enclosure for this shower, but also if there's anything else you see in this video that you have questions on, do not hesitate to bring those up in the video and we will make sure to get those answered. Then it's gonna take us back out to that entryway. Now with the entryway, as you probably saw as well, we do have our stairwell going upstairs. We'll get there shortly throughout this video, but let's now check out the rest of the house, starting with the designated office. In here, you have a great size space. I mean, again, if you work from home, to have a designated office of this size, I mean, people will be jealous of you. I mean, they honestly will. I mean, this is a massive office space, and honestly, even with the furniture they have in here and the way they lay it out, it almost, maybe even on video, doesn't actually show just truly how big it is. Because in person, this almost feels like more than you would need. But again, if you're gonna do it, you might as well overdo it. Again, we also get some really good lighting coming in here from our windows. And you'll notice throughout the house, there's tons of recessed lighting as well to go with, in a lot of cases, these different chandeliers or light fixtures, just to kind of give it a different look, a more unique, more custom look throughout. I also loved some of the wood accents they did with the wall there, just to kind of break it up some and style it a little differently. Then it takes us to our living room. Now this living room, I mean, this is really the spot of the house where you're gonna wanna spend all your time, because again, it is just a nice open area. It's open to our kitchen, we'll get to in a second, our dining room. But even more so, I mean, look at this fireplace. This is a gas fireplace, and I love the fact that they continued the look of it all the way up to the ceiling. So you have that nice, simple mantle there. They have the tile down below, and then they have a different tile up to the ceiling to really make it stand out across the board. In addition, with this living room, these are 20-foot ceilings we have here. 20-foot ceilings. But you know what the builder did? The builder said, I know it's 20-foot ceilings, but I'm gonna still put a tray ceiling up there to make it 21 feet just because I can. And what they did with that tray too is they also did some wood beams up there as well to go with all the chandeliers and recessed lighting to really make it that focal point, that unbelievable feature when you first walk into this house. So I love to see that, and it's something that is very unique that only some builders will give you here in the area. In addition, it is open up to the second story, which you will see later on in this video. From there, we're now gonna check out our dining room. So the dining room is off of the kitchen. We'll get to the kitchen in just one moment, so hold with me. But this dining room, as you can see here, it is an 8-seater table. You have tons of natural light with all the windows here. And this 8-seater table almost feels small for the space. So if you're watching this and you have a large family, or you wanna be able to host large gatherings, this could be the floor plan for you. If you wanna know more though, you just gotta reach out to me with a call, a text, an email, or if you'd rather just schedule time with me, in the description field will be a link to my calendar where we can schedule time as well to talk more about this beautiful floor plan, this builder, this neighborhood, as well as others in the area as well. And then moving on from the dining room, we have our kitchen, and I mean, my goodness, look at the size of this island. I mean, this is a massive island. I mean, obviously you have the 4 seaters over here, but this island, things that I love they did the really thick quartz here to really make it stand apart. But also, this is all one piece of quartz. Actually, it's 2 pieces, so let me rephrase that. But it's 2 pieces of quartz. And if you're someone who needs as much countertop space as possible, again, this is, or could be, the floor plan for you. And it's at an amazing price too, for what you get. In addition, we do also have additional cabinetry on the sides. So you get tons of cabinetry here as well. You know, it's all soft close. So again, you know, you can slam it all you want. You're not gonna be able to make a sound. It's just super nice to have that. We also have our microwave oven combo, you know, along with a little heater down below, and our oversized fridge. So this is one of those deep freezers, or deep fridges, deep freezers. I mean, this is really, truly a high-end, you know, appliance package, and it's what you would expect to get with, you know, this kind of floor plan. Because again, if you're gonna buy a home like this, a floor plan like this in an area like this, you wanna have the best of the best. And I love the fact that the builder shows you what that looks like right here. In addition, we do have our gas stovetop with our hood as well. And again, if I haven't mentioned it yet, we are actually in a community that is a fully gas community. And if you're watching this, you're from up north or out west, and you're like, shouldn't they all be all gas communities? Not necessarily. It's something that is more popular nowadays than it used to be. But again, if you're looking at homes that were built in the 90s, early 2000s, odds are you're not working with gas. But new construction, you get that every single time for most of these communities. We also have our nice oversized deep sink here. And I really like the gold hardware because it really does contrast really well with all the white, just to really make it pop and stand out. You also have a nice tile backsplash there. And then over here off to the side, we are gonna have a little bit of a sitting area. So again, if you want to come in from your 2-car garage and take your shoes off to keep the house clean, they give you this ability here with this area. And on the other side of it, we have our pantry, which they finished it off with some nice custom cabinetry. that is one of those things that I can tell you is definitely an upgrade to do with the builder. And sometimes it makes more sense to do it after the fact. So that's another thing to call me on, is to figure out what makes sense to do with the builder versus after. But I do love that they show you what it can look like. Also keep in mind, there are not doors in some of these areas because the builder, when they have these models, wanted to make it nice and easy for us to move around. But they obviously would put doors back in before they end up selling their models down the road. Then lastly, before we get to the next part of the house, which is going to be upstairs, we have our half bath down here for guests. So this half bath down here, I mean, it's all you need. It's a really good size. Again, they continue that wood flooring into here as well. But again, it just makes sense to have it, and it's a good spot where they have that as well. You'll also notice too, as we go throughout this home, anywhere you see trim, this is that upgraded trim package. So you have that 5-inch baseboard, and then you have that Craftsman trim around the doorways as well. And that Craftsman trim, like you can see it here, it's where they actually do it on site. So it's not pre-built. They actually cut every piece of trim to size on site when they put that trim package in. Now though, let's go ahead and upstairs. But before we finish that off, I do want to highlight, I love when the builder does that wood tread up and they kind of match it to the flooring. It just gives it a complete and finished look, and it's really the way to do it. It is an upgrade, but I do always suggest you do it with the builder. So let's go upstairs now and check out the second story. So now that we're upstairs, I do want to highlight too, I like how they kind of went back and forth with the stairwell coming up, just kind of breaks it up some. But when you come up here, right away, you have your first of not one, not two, not three, but first of 4 bedrooms. So this first bedroom here, we do now have carpet here. It is one of those things that you see a lot of times with the second stories. But what I do like about it, it's still a really great size space. I like the fact that they did some nice little wood elements on the wall for that accent wall. And also what's kind of cool is you have a little bench here. So again, just to be able to have some additional storage space, some additional space to be able to lounge, you make a little book area to be able to read. It's kind of a cool thing. In addition, we also do have a nice oversized walk-in closet. I mean, might surprise you when you get back in here just how big it is for a guest bedroom. But this walk-in closet, I mean, it's a great size overall. And it's something that you don't normally find with most floor plans. Doesn't matter who the builder is. In addition, we also have our first bathroom upstairs as well. So this is, again, great for someone who maybe it's for like a teenager, whatever the case may be, doesn't have their own space. But here you do have a shower tub combo, and they did like a fish scale kind of look for that tile, which I actually really like overall. It just really highlights, kind of why people move to Jacksonville, because we are a big fishing community, and kind of takes that into play. In addition, you do have a single vanity with a quartz countertop. Then from there, right across the way is our second bedroom. So this bedroom here, this is actually a massive bedroom. I mean, this could be a primary bedroom in most houses. I mean, the fact that this is a bedroom upstairs and you could have a king size bed here with nightstands, with an oversized desk here. And let's not forget the fact that you still have a dresser here as well and a small little seat. I mean, it's just a massive space. So if you want your kids, or if you have other family member or guests and you want them to feel like they're at home while visiting you, this is the floor plan, I believe, for you. You still also do get your walk-in closet here. Not as big as the first bedroom, but the bedroom's much larger. And along with it, we also get our second bathroom. So this bathroom does have that walk-in shower as well. This one actually has that slider door. And let me know your thoughts on that tile. I don't know why, but I actually love that tile look. It almost has like a brick look to it. It's really sharp to me, really stands out, but it's not overbearing in colors. I'd love to know what you think about that as well. So drop a comment on what you think of that while we're going through this tour as well. Then from there, we finish off with the first half of our bedrooms, and now we get to our common area. So this is your game room, this is your loft, this is the area for the kids to have to make their own. Again, recessed lighting throughout, speakers throughout, because it is the model. That is an upgrade, but something you can do with the builder. And again, up here too, we still do get those wood floors. So the fact that you can have an air hockey table up here, along with some couches, I mean, how many houses do you see here? How many floor plans do you see here that give you this kind of space? And oh, by the way, I mean, look at the view here. You know, this opens up to the first story, so you get some amazing views from down below. You know, you don't feel like you're tucked away in a room. You know, everything feels nice and open. There's those tray ceilings again with the wood inlay, not wood inlays, but the wood beams. And still tons of natural light because you have windows on the front and back and sides. But as we continue through, we now get to our other 2 bedrooms and bathroom. So this side of the house, they do share a bathroom, so we'll start there. In this bathroom here, as you can see, you do that tub, because again, you always need to have at least 1 tub in a house. You know, that's a little hint, a little tip. You know, if you're buying homes here in Northeast Florida, Jacksonville area, that you want to have at least 1 tub. But with the shower enclosure, they did a really nice job with the tile, very sleek, very clean. We still do get the single vanity here as well. And I do still like the fact that they did that gold hardware with it as well too. Then we go to bed number 3. So this bedroom here, it's similar to bed number 1. You get a nice, massive, oversized closet. Again, it doesn't matter who's in these bedrooms, they are doing very well with space, in my opinion. And with that closet too, we also have the bedroom over here, which is still a really good size. So again, I mean, this is a bedroom where you can put a queen size bed. You know, obviously you have some good size nightstands. You still have the dresser as well. You could hang a TV there if you wanted. So you have some options with it, but overall just really great bedroom size across the board in all of these bedrooms. Then we get to bed number 4. Now this bedroom has been designed to be more of like an office space or, you know, planning area. And so with this bedroom, it is very large as well. And with it, as you can see here, I mean, just gives you ideas and options of what you can do. The one downside with this bedroom compared to the first 3 is you don't get that walk-in closet. So with this bedroom, it is your standard size closet. They do give you those slider doors, a little bit of a higher end look than say like bifolds. Still get tons of recessed lighting. But again, it's just nice to have, you know, plenty of options with a floor plan like this one. So let's now go downstairs because I wanted to save some of the best aspects of this house for last. So let's check out the primary bedroom next. Next is probably one of my favorite features of this house. It's this primary bedroom and ensuite. First of all, I mean, I love the fact that it opens up with all these windows to your backyard. You know, it's a great touch, especially when you have a backyard like this one. And again, we'll get there in just a moment. We're almost there, so just bear with me. But with this primary bedroom, I mean, just look at the size of it. I mean, come on. I mean, just amazing size overall. You know, they continue the flooring through here as well. You know, this is a king size bed with some nightstands, a seat in the front, seat over there, dresser, and it still feels empty. In addition, what they did here, which I think is a really cool thing, is they did the tray ceiling here, but then the whole ceiling they painted in more of that, you know, kind of greenish hue, and it really does make it, you know, stand out. So instead of doing a accent wall, they did an accent ceiling, and they also finished it off with that shiplap kind of look for the whole ceiling as well. In addition, you have tons of recessed lighting, and you have the speakers in here because again, it's a model, so they're going to show you everything they can do in it. Then we come into our primary ensuite. In the primary ensuite here, I mean, great size overall. You know, you get a great, you know, size soaker tub with a nice little view. You could obviously, you know, frost that window to have more privacy. And then you do have 2 really good size vanities, you know, his and her vanities. And again, they did the white cabinetry with the white, you know, lighter colored countertop with the gold fixtures, which really makes it pop, in my opinion. On the other side here, we have our shower. So this is, sometimes they call it the car wash, but this is a nice oversized shower here, shower enclosure. You have all the seamless glass, and you have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 heads in here, including 1 rain head. So again, if you're someone who likes to take nice, long, intense, hot showers, this is the perfect shower for you. And I do, again, love the fact they did the tile up to the ceiling. Just really a nice finished look overall. And then finally, we do have our water closet here. And then finally, it takes us to our primary closet. Now this primary closet, it's a really great size, especially when taking into account that, as you can see here, it's like an L-shaped closet. But when you take into account that they did put all this beautiful cabinetry in here, this custom closets, it makes you realize that without it there, it's even bigger. Now again, this is an upgrade with the builder, something that they may not even offer in some floor plans or some areas. So if you want to know if they're offering it for this neighborhood, this community, you just got to reach out to me. But as you can see here, I mean, it's just beautiful across the board, just having great space here. That again, what more could you want? Maybe you want a pool. Maybe you want a really cool backyard, and that's fair. Well, guess what? They show you on this floor plan what that looks like. So let's check out that amazing feature right now. So now we're out to the backyard. Right away, as you can see out here, we have this, this oversized back covered porch. Again, a great place to be able to entertain, with friends or with family. And it really makes a nice extension from your inside living room to your outside back porch area as well. We also have over here a sink. This is what you could normally make as your outdoor kitchen. They didn't do it here though, because they did it somewhere else, as you'll see in a moment. We also have our ice maker and our wine cooler as well. So really everything you could want underneath, the covered area. And again, if you wanted to screen this in, you definitely could as well. Then we have our pool right here. And this pool, I mean, it's a great sized pool. One thing you'll notice as we come around is this has that infinity pool effect. So the water is gonna run off the back, which is also a really cool feature because it gives you a little bit of a waterfall effect, which really does dilute some of the sound for the overall area, which gives you that much more privacy. So as we come back around here, we do have, some nice lounging areas right here as well as we come around. In addition, the builder did do all this in turf over here. So very minimal landscape requirement, very minimal upkeep with it as well. And then it takes us down to our second level. And the second level, as it overlooks the lake, is a cool little feature here. You have that ability to entertain up there. You also have that ability to entertain down here as well. This is what I meant with the waterfall effect. Just really cool how it just comes over the edge. And you'll notice too that they do the net up because this is a model home. They want to make sure people aren't falling in the pool or trying to take a dip. Obviously though, that net would not normally be there if this was your house. But it does give you an idea of what you can do if you desired to have a pool. They could do it for you just like this or also differently as well. So again, just really cool how they did all this back here, which then leads us to our outdoor kitchen. And this is a beautiful outdoor kitchen back here. I mean, just really nice, sized all overall. I mean, this island, it's not as wide as inside, but look at how deep this island is. I mean, you can fit 5 chairs here. You can easily fit 6 chairs here. So if you're wanting to entertain and host, this is the space for you. We obviously have this nice oversized wood pergola here, which actually does give you more shade than you would think. And then we also have with it too, we have a pizza oven out here, which is really cool. We have our mini fridge. Let me actually close that. Mini fridge, we have our double coolers. Obviously you gotta have a TV for sports and for game days. We have our kegerator with 2 taps. And we also have a nice area here to be able to put your ice and put your drinks to chill them quickly if you have friends or family come over fairly quickly. But again, I mean, look at this view. I mean, this is a view that you could die for, and it really is one of the best laid backyards that we have seen on this channel. So if you want to know where we're at today, what the name of this floor plan is, but also just why this is one of Jacksonville's newest and hottest communities and why people are constantly moving here, we're about to go over that right now. So you don't want to miss it. Now that's going to wrap up our walkthrough of one of my favorite floor plans here in Jacksonville, Florida, in Northeast Florida. Now, this floor plan, it's called the Delmonico. It's built by Toll Brothers, and the community that we're in here today is actually Bartram Ranch. They do have other communities that they build this in, but Bartram Ranch, people love because of the fact that it's a 70 and 80 foot wide home site neighborhood. And what's really cool is some of the areas in Bartram Ranch are gated, whereas others aren't. And ultimately, right now, Toll Brothers is offering some very amazing incentives here in the neighborhood as they are in their final couple of phases of the community. So overall, why people love this area is because it is kind of a little bit further away from more of your central Jacksonville, so you feel more like you're in the suburbs, a little bit more out there in some regards, but you're not too far out there either because you are still within 30 minutes from downtown, you're within 30 minutes from the St. John's Town Center, roughly 45 minutes or so from the beaches. And again, to get to the highway, if you want to take a weekend trip to Savannah or Orlando, again, you're only a couple hours away from the highway to go there. About 4 hours from Tampa, 5 from Miami, and 6 from Atlanta. So in general, a lot of these other major cities where the price points are much higher that you may want to visit but not live in, you're not really that far away to drive to if you desired. And that really is why people love this area, along with the fact that we have some of the best schools here in St. Johns County where this community is in today. Because again, when you're in Jacksonville, Jacksonville is normally considered more Duval County, but whether if you're in Nassau County to the north, Clay County to the west, or St. John's to the south, sometimes you do kind of get grouped in with that Northeast Florida area. And a lot of people sometimes will reference it as I live in that Jacksonville area as well. But those schools do become a big piece of it because here in St. John's, we have some of the best public schools, not in that Northeast Florida area, but in the whole state of Florida. So to get that, to get some amazing prices, which we're about to mention, and also to get some great amenities as well, as you'll see in this video with their amenity center, you really can't beat it. And by the way, there's no CED fees in this community as well. So if you are familiar with the area, you probably understand what a CED fee is. If you don't, you gotta call me and I'll go over all that with you. But overall, that makes a big impact and a big difference, and I have that as well. But as far as this Delmonico plan, this plan starts around 3985 square feet, and you can expand it from there. It also, as you saw today, is a two-story floor plan. And it starts with a 3-car garage, as you saw, but you can make it a 4-car garage if you desire it as well. In addition, the floor plan starts with 4 bedrooms, but you can go up to 6, as you saw today in this video, as this one had 2 down and 4 up. And for the bathrooms, it starts with the 4.5 baths, but as you saw with this one, we actually had 5.5 baths instead. So again, there's a lot of options you can do there if you desired. And then the price, because again, that's what it all comes down to, is the price, the incentives, things like that. One thing I do want to mention is with the price and the incentives is they're always subject to change. So if you want to know what they are right this second, you got to reach out to me, call me, text me, email me, blow me up. I'm here to help answer those questions for you. But right now with the incentives, currently Toll Brothers is offering some amazing incentives in their phase 5 and some really good ones in their phase 6. These incentives include things such as $50,000 off of the design center, or even as much as half off the design center up to $150,000. So almost, up to $75,000 off design center. Also in phase 5, they're sometimes offering, half off their lot premiums as well. So that at the end of the day goes directly to your bottom line and helps with the price. So those are some great incentives that honestly are some of the best ones I've seen in this community to date. And then the price, as we wrap this up, again, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. But the current price for this specific floor plan starts at $922,000. Obviously, it's gonna go from there. House like the one we're in today is gonna be well north of $1 million, probably $1.5 million, maybe even more, just to give you some perspective on what we're looking at today versus their base pricing. But at $922,000 to get 4,000 square feet, you can't beat that, especially when it's here in the St. Johns County area with their amazing schools. So again, reach out to me. Would love to talk real estate and help you with your home search here in Jacksonville, Florida as you move to and live here. And until then, I'll see you again on our next video.